Hi.
That was the fucking worst intro ever. I hate this.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to
We're
Peak to
keeping
Middle
that?
School. Yeah, we're
All right.
keeping it. How's it going, everyone?
Okay.
Uh,
How's it going, John?
I'm doing well. I'm happy. I'm,
Why are you happy?
I don't know. Do I have to have a reason to be happy? I can just be happy. Do you think your baseline state should be happy?
It should be. It's not though. My baseline state's pretty just zero. Like not like okay, I don't want to say zero. I want to say zero as in like not excited, not sad. It's just like I am just going through my day. That's like baseline Kyle. Happy Kyle is happy Kyle, and there's sad Kyle too.
I think your baseline is like what you said, but I would say with like 2% pessimism.
Me. You think I'm a pessimistic
No,
person?
but just barely.
Why do you say that? Why do you have to throw like a barely pessimistic thing
Because
in
it's like usually you're like, oh, that guy's shit, or this is a
there? Hey,
shit.
look, I can be happy and hate people.
No,
at the same
no,
time.
I know. I'm just saying. I think there's some pessimism in there sometimes.
Some room for improvement. Room for improvement. Yeah, I'm drunk. It's,
No, listen.
It's 11:50 a.m.
It's 11:50. No, I mean, no. I think you used to be more pessimistic.
Okay, now I'm happy.
Yeah.
Are there days like, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but like there was a point where I wasn't happy for so long that like I went through like a few days in a row where I was just happy, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, usually I have a reason for being happy, and like I didn't have much of a reason to be happy, and I'm like, am I just happy now? And like, is this okay? Because usually like I used to go about my day and be like, dang, I had a really good day. Like, what made my day so good? And like nothing made my day good. It was just
You just weren't depressed.
I just wasn't depressed. And so I was like, damn, like this is kind of weird. I think I'm just allowed to be just happy without having a reason to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is the goal.
That is the goal.
And I think some countries are a lot happier than other countries.
Well, yeah, for sure.
And I think that in America, it's like just someone who's just baseline happy for not a particular reason is like not that common, which is kind of sad.
What do you think? What country has like the best and worst mental health, do you think?
Well, I mean, we could probably look it up, but if I had to guess, I think America is probably terrible. I think, well, don't they always say that the countries where they like have nothing and they like don't even have electricity, that they're always like super happy?
They could be, yeah. I mean, that would make sense because
the
they don't
pygmy
really have to...
people. I think that's what's like a group.
Pygmy?
Pygmy.
Aren't those goats?
No, I think there's
Pygmy
a tribe, like a pygmy tribe.
Are those like the little people? Pygmy, I think of small.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what they are, but I've heard they're very happy. But I thought what you were gonna ask me before. I thought you were gonna say like when I was depressed, could like I tell?
Oh yeah, could you tell?
No,
Really?
which is probably bad because
Yeah.
like that's how it gets dangerous. Is
Exactly.
if like someone's sad all the time and no one really notices.
Yeah, I think.
But
yeah.
I didn't really live here when you were the most depressed. I
No.
only played Xbox with you.
No, and I mean it spanned over like a few years.
Yeah.
like it wasn't just like a short thing. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are kind of in the same boat as that. Is where like that's why I think mental health is so important that people talk about, because a lot of people, someone could be depressed around you and you have no idea. Like John didn't really know.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, just be there for people. Anyways, back to being depressed. Okay, in 2014, 45% of the world's country lived in a country where there were less than one psychiatrist served per 100,000 people. That sucks.
Wait, I think you said that. You
In
said
2014, 45% of the world's population lived in a country
okay.
where there was less than one psychiatrist to serve 100,000 people.
What?
That sucks.
But that's probably not including the U.S., right?
No,
It's a whole bunch of
all of them. It's all the
Oh.
countries. And like we have a lot of psychiatrists here, I would say, per person, but I think a lot of countries, like let's be like, I don't think China has like psychiatrists, or like,
Yeah.
India.
Well,
I
and
don't know.
even Seattle specifically is like a very good spot for
Yeah,
mental health, whereas
exactly.
if you're in a different part of the country, even is probably a lot worse. Wait, but
Although
that's-
Seattle is a bad spot for mental
but
health.
that's not
because we're so
that-
dark.
I think it's also like you don't need like one psychiatrist per person,
No,
Like one psychiatrist is good enough for
they
probably
can serve like,
thousands of people.
well, at once probably like 20. I don't know. Actually.
Yeah. But I mean, so how bad is that statistic? Like, if it was 1 in every 1,000, is that still pretty bad?
I have no idea.
Because you also have to.
You're asking a lot of questions that I don't have the answers to.
I know. I'm just trying to understand this statistic. So it said 1 out of how many?
100,000. So one psychiatrist serves for 100,000 people. So the ratio to psychiatrists to total people.
Yeah, I get that, but you have to keep in mind a large percentage of those people will never need or want to go to a psychiatrist. So a large percentage is already like cut out. Yeah. So let's say like maybe 40% of those 100,000 would ever potentially go. So then out of the...
I just realized it's 45% of the world's population lived in a country that it's one person per 100,000. So it's not the total. It's 45% of the countries have that ratio.
Okay.
So it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm just trying to break it down because like...
That was a confusing stat. And I have more confusing stats if you want them.
Sure, hit me with another one.
All right. So this is U.S. among most depressed countries in the world is the headline of this article. Most depressed country? This can't be right. China?
I mean...
I feel like, how would you document that? Because I think... Look, I don't know much about China. I know it's like kind of a dictator-y communist kind of thing. And I would think that they can't, like...
You think they don't release those records?
Yeah, I wouldn't think that that's very accurate.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know. Maybe these stats aren't going to be very helpful for us.
Yeah. Oh, Ukraine and the Netherlands and Colombia
are depressed?
Yeah.
I mean, the Netherlands, is there any sunlight there ever? So like
the Netherlands, it's like around our region.
Really?
I would think. Okay. I've been there once. Just shortly.
I don't know. When I think of the Netherlands, I think of what country is it where they like have no daylight ever? Like it's kind of like Alaska, but it's a different country that has that.
Norway, Greenland, Iceland.
Are they all kind of like that?
They're all pretty north.
They only have a couple
Netherlands further south, but yeah.
Because we've said before, but during the winter, I will be more depressed. Not that I like am depressed, but I will be more depressed than I would be in the summer.
Your energy's lower, so I feel like everyone should be taking that good D.
Yes, everyone take
your daily vitamin D.
As well as whatever other D you feel like taking.
You can take a D if you'd like.
Other D could help too.
You're right. That would help with depression, unless it's a D that you don't really want. So I don't think that would help me with depression.
No.
But the vitamin D would.
Yeah.
Anyways, but some of the lowest like depression rates, could you guess like a couple countries where you think might not be very depressed?
I think just a bunch of African countries.
Okay, so Nigeria is one of them. Shanghai, which I didn't know that was a country, and Italy.
Italy?
Dude, they got awesome food.
I mean, yeah, they got a lot of food, but don't they also like all have lung cancer?
Probably, but they don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's because it's such a family country that you have such a strong like group around you.
Yeah. Well, and relating to that, there's actually really good. I want to talk about this, but so I was talking to one of my friends about how I always have this like immense guilt when I've said it before, but like the reason I wake up early or like the reason I have any sort of work ethic for me is all based on guilt.
Okay.
And like it's not good, it's not healthy, but that's just my thing that I've always tried to have to get over is like I'm allowed to relax sometimes.
Well, you worked real hard today because you must have been very guilty today.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is like if I didn't have this sense of guilt, I would probably be mentally healthier, but I also wouldn't get a lot of the shit done that I get done. Like I don't think I would be as productive as I was. But anyways, with that being said, I was talking to one of my friends about this. Like even if I work 12 hours afterwards, if I want to watch like a movie, I feel guilty. It's like, but like someone else is working right now. Like
who fucking cares?
I do because I want to be the best. And like, that's just my mindset. And so, but I was explaining this and they were like, and I was basically asking them like, cause they're studying psychology. So I was like, is that a psychological problem or is that more of a world problem or like a country, how do I describe it? Is it more of like me, like I have a psychological
like a cultural problem?
Or is it a cultural problem that like you grew up in the society that, and they were basically saying they think it's much more of a cultural problem because in the U.S., we're fed this idea of like grinders and like the
very
best. You want to be the best of the best. It's super competitive. And she was saying that like in some European countries, they value much more like how they feel than who they are surrounded by and how they feel than like what they are. So they value much more like the family and like how their friends view them and how their family views them and how they feel about themselves, as opposed to like what they've accomplished and the things that they've done and like the labels they've achieved. And it makes sense. I mean, I get it, but it was interesting because I was trying to think like if I did view my life in the way that some of these other countries did, where I don't look at my life of like, all right, what labels have I achieved or what things have I like checked off the list? Like, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, I already am happy, but
you'd be happier.
But I would feel like, damn, like I'm set because I got family that I love and care about that are healthy. I got friends I love and care about that are healthy.
Mm-hmm. But you don't care about that shit.
No, but it's like, it's just in the back of my mind. I think the U.S. cultural influence have been raised of this idea that like you gotta be the best.
So you can move to Italy, and while they're all happy doing their family stuff, you can be sad and you can be the best.
That's true. Yeah. No, but I mean, when you actually think about it, a lot of the people that are the greatest at things are like
not happy.
They sacrifice a lot to be the best.
Yeah. And so are you willing to do that?
That's the thing. It's like, even though it's fucked up, I'm still willing.
Okay.
Like, I would rather be kind of fucked up and like unhappy, but like successful.
Why?
I don't know. That's like in me. And I don't, cause the thought of like, if I was just okay with being average, like if I truly was okay with that, then like I would never do anything cool. Like, if I was just okay with that, I don't think the podcast would grow very much. I don't think that...
Yeah, but I don't think it has to be, like, complete opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm not saying you have to, like, be a piece of shit and don't do anything.
Yeah, and I think that sense of balance I need to get better at. But at the same time, it's like... But balance kind of just leads to less work getting done and less cool things getting achieved.
Okay, that's true. But if it makes you happier, then...
That's true. And it's like, what balance are you willing... Like... I agree. You should have.
Do you want to be the depressed comedian?
That's the thing. If I had a legacy of like being the depressed comedian, like Jim Carrey or Robin Williams are, like, if they weren't depressed, they might not be as iconic as they were.
Yeah, you're right. But one of them killed themselves.
I know.
And the other one, like,
no, and I get what you're saying, but like. And I agree that it's probably better to not be depressed than to be depressed.
It is better to be
depressed. But, like, your art impacts the world way more than it would have if you weren't fucked up.
So are you thinking for other people?
Yeah, so, like...
So you'd rather give to more people than be happy yourself?
Kinda.
Okay.
Because, like, Michael Jordan...
I'm not judging you.
No, I mean, I see both sides. And obviously, I'd never wish anyone to be, like, depressed and end up killing themselves. That's terrible. But even with, like, drugs and music, a lot of musicians have created some really good music, but they created it when they're, like, addicted to a bunch of fucked up drugs that end up killing them. Mm-hmm. Would you rather... It's sad that they died, but is it sad that, like, those drugs created some of the most profound songs of all time?
Yeah, I mean, so, I think it's, like, it is sad because it's someone that, like, clearly has a lot of talent that just, like, died. But at the same time, like, depending on the person, some people are completely fine with just, like, having a shitty life, but because at some point everyone's gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's like if you like would rather have your legacy be better than like your legacy be looked at better than how you viewed your life as.
Yeah.
Then I guess that's good for you if that's what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow, I never thought of it. That's a really good way to put it. Like, do you view your legacy almost as more important than your actual own life?
Right.
And I think that's probably the way a lot of, like, greats view their craft. Like, Michael Jordan, what I've learned, I'm still watching through the documentary. I have one episode left, but you really get the sense that everything became personal to him.
Yeah.
Like, every little thing was a personal, like, chip on his shoulder because he felt like he needed to prove to like everyone that he was the best in order to like maintain this legacy of like being the best player ever.
Yeah.
And
but he's also Michael Jordan now.
What do you mean?
Like, you can't just. I don't think anyone can force themselves to have the mindset that he had. Like he was just a different person.
I think you can though. Like
you think you can?
Personally, I think that's all cultivated. Like I think like that's like I don't know.
He grew. I think
it's not like he just like it's easy for him to just like be the best. Like he had to like.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like there's a lot of NBA players and not a lot of them have that mindset. Like some people are just different.
Yeah. No, and but I think that I don't know. I guess if Michael Jordan was like just had the mindset of your average NBA player, he wouldn't be the Michael Jordan we know.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't.
And like, I don't know. How do we even get here?
I don't know.
But I guess my point is, I'm motivated by this like this sense of guilt that like I could be the best if I just did the work, and if I don't do the work, then I probably won't be the best, and that bothers me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But then like at the same time, is your life can be a failure if you aren't the best?
I hope not, but I probably will be.
Damn, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you should go maybe you should go talk to a psychiatrist.
But that's the thing. If Michael Jordan like went and talked to a psychiatrist to like not be as intense, and if like his teammates were like, "Hey, we need you to go talk to someone so you can be nicer to us," then if he wasn't,
I don't think that was the problem.
Okay, I'm exaggerating.
But I think he's been to a psychiatrist. Okay. I'm sure he has.
Okay,
like his dad got murdered. Like,
but yeah, but if there was someone who's like intense and you try to tame them.
I don't think
like,
it's about taming
you
that
lose
intensity.
some of that spark.
Yeah, I would agree, but I don't think it's about losing the intensity. I think it's about balancing and like figuring out what to use the intensity on. Maybe you could like be super intense about, taking a break and watching TV.
Oh.
You'd be like, oh, this TV was talking mad shit about me. It's personal. Now I'm going to wash the shit out of you.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I'm like, damn, those tacos were talking mad shit. I'm going to eat the hell out of you.
And then you eat like how Jordan eats. Where
he fucking throws food in his mouth.
The other day we were at Red Robin and Kyle just started cracking up because Shim just like aggressively destroys his food.
He's the most violent eater. I don't know if it's gonna show through in the McDonald's video, but when he's just
it'll
eating,
show.
I mean, yeah, but that was like intentionally aggressive. This is just him sitting normally eating is so aggressive. Like he tosses the food in his mouth and bites super hard. So like if he bit his tongue, it'd be sliced.
Yeah.
Anyways, how did we get here? Depression?
I don't know, but I had a thought related to psychiatrists, actually.
Okay. What you got?
Well, first of all, what's the difference between a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, counselor?
I have no idea.
Like, I think they're slightly different, but they're all...
I know, like, psychologist, psychiatrist, one of them can prescribe medicine. I think a psychiatrist is more like, here, take these meds, which, I don't know. Saying, like, being prescribed medication for... I've never been prescribed medication for anything like that, but I know people who have, and it's like pretty intense. So don't just because one doctor says like you should just try this, maybe go around and see what your other options are, because it really like changes you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, Big Sean, this is gonna sound like a weird connection, but Big Sean just dropped an album called Detroit 2, and one of the songs, the first song on the album, actually, I think he was telling a story about how when he was 19, he was diagnosed with like a heart condition.
Damn.
Where he like couldn't even stand up without like I don't know. He said I couldn't even stand up, and so he went to the doctors, and he went to the regular doctors, and they basically told him we got to do a heart surgery, and we have to put like a pacemaker in there so that it'll keep beating. But then his mom like wasn't convinced. Like I don't want to do this quite yet, and so they went to a different doctor. But it was more of like a like Eastern medicine doctor, so much more like
voodoo shit.
Not voodoo, it's just there's like Western medicine, which is much more focused on like
maybe like herbal stuff,
drugs, and like surgery. I couldn't think of the word surgery. But so they went to a different doctor who basically just prescribed him magnesium, and 2 weeks later of taking extra magnesium or whatever, he went back and his heart was fine.
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, oh, I guess we don't need to do heart surgery.
Exactly. So I think, the main thing is just like just because one doctor or one psychiatrist says like you should just get on this medication, I would say like take a step back and like look at your other options before you do that, because that should be like a last kind of final thing in my opinion.
But so when Kyle got to my house today, he told me like, yo, I had this thought that like I think it still makes sense because like you wrote it down when you were half asleep.
Yeah, you want me to read it?
Well, let me say mine related to Psychiatrist first, because I had something similar where I was watching this show, and a large part of the show is like this guy who's like with a therapist or a counselor kind of. And I had this thought that like when you watch a good communicator speak, whether it be a therapist or like a judge or like anyone who's just like a very confident control,
like a host,
or a host, but particularly I was thinking therapists, it's like an art form. And that's what I wrote down. I wrote good therapists is an art form. And when you actually think about it, like I was watching this show and her client was super frustrated, like screaming at her, yelling, cussing her out. And a good therapist has the ability to like sit there, take it, and like listen to what you're screaming at and what you're losing your shit about. Stay calm, not take it personally, and then respond in a way that like is gonna get a quality answer out of you, and somehow potentially also calm you down. And make you think about things. And it's like that really just was the first time I'd realized like, holy shit, being a therapist would be so fucking hard. Yeah,
it is. Like, I'm sure it is. And I'm sure it's a lot of like, there's a lot of training they go into. I'm sure about like, what's it called? Conflict resolution. Yeah, I know. And also like it was a TV show, but there's a lot of that I'm sure in real life where someone's really raising their voice and maybe they're like attacking the therapist and saying like they're raising their voice at them, and somehow they calm them down and get them back to reality. And it's pretty crazy that people can do that, like just with words.
Like I was trying to imagine if I'm sitting with someone, if you just like went off on me,
like I just start berating me. Like I start blaming you for all my problems and you're just my therapist,
and you start screaming at me and you're like, you fucking pussy ass bitch. I'd be like,
or you'd stand up and be like, you're a bitch.
And then I'd start screaming at you, and I don't know.
You can't fight your therapist, dude. That's a losing battle.
I mean, you could fight your therapist, but the therapist can't fight you. Is that?
I don't think you can fight your therapist. You can't just beat up your therapist.
You could.
I mean, you can. You're gonna get like in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying just don't beat up your therapist.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
they're just trying to help you.
Don't do that, but you could.
Okay.
But like as a therapist, you literally cannot.
No, you can
raise your voice back.
You can. That's exactly what you just said.
Okay.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do it. You would get fired if you did it. You'd probably lose your certification if you did it.
That would blow to go through 8 years or 6 to 8 years of school and become certified in like, or whether you're a therapist or like in the like law field, and then you do one thing when you're like drunk, you get caught of like peeing on some homeless guy or something, and then you lose your certification.
You should lose your that's your fault.
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should lose it, but that would just blow chunks.
I mean, yeah, but you would fully deserve it for peeing on a homeless person. If you peed on another person.
I'm not saying you don't deserve it. Just think about how much that would suck.
It kind of doesn't suck though, because you deserve it. Like that's unfortunate, but
it does suck still.
I argue it kind of doesn't suck because it's like you did it, so it's like you asked for it.
So if I'm a therapist and I punch my client in the face, does that not suck?
It sucks for the client.
It sucks for both.
Doesn't suck for you because you decided to do it.
I disagree. I think something can suck and you deserve it.
No, I'm really fighting hard against this. Like it sucks, but in my brain it's like you decided to do it, so you should be aware of what the consequences are. So therefore it does not suck because you have decided that you are okay with these consequences.
But you can decide you're okay with it and it still sucks, right? Like,
okay, you're right. Yeah, there are things that just suck no matter what. Like you could decide like
I'm okay with jumping in a freezing lake naked, but it's still gonna suck.
Yeah, or like if I'm holding you off the edge of a building, like if I saved you from falling, like if I go down with you, like that sucks, and if I let you go, that sucks. You know? So either way it sucks, and I would probably just let you go to save myself.
I thought you were gonna say if you reach to grab me, that would suck. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Dude, I
Would you rather
I don't-
try and save your friend and
Yeah,
you
that's
both die,
That's what I was thinking.
or not try to save him and only he dies?
Depends what the situation is, because if it's like a grizzly bear, I don't know if I want to like try to hop in there. I think
You would watch me get mauled to death by a grizzly bear?
what am I gonna do?
Try to fight
I
it.
can't fight a grizzly bear.
You wouldn't even put in an
I'd throw some
effort?
twigs.
Dude.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't anything like
You're telling me
get
if I'm
big-
getting mauled by a grizzly bear, you're hopping in?
I would do something.
I'd throw rocks.
I would go and start punching.
You're not just gonna pull up and just start boxing a grizzly bear.
Yo, wait, do you think that just trying to picture like realistically, if you're actually getting mauled, if I was to go like jump on its back, because it's preoccupied.
You're not choking out a grizzly bear.
No,
If that's what you're saying.
no,
Put
but
him in like a whatever the full Nelson.
but do you think it would even like flinch, or would it get distracted from you and fight me
I don't know. But that would give me enough time to get up and run away while you're getting attacked.
while your guts are hanging out
Well,
from it
yeah.
mauling you?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I don't really. I think it's kind of a lose-lose. I think you kind of have to fight. But if you're getting attacked, I don't think I could live with myself knowing that I ran away. So I guess I'm going down with you, but that sucks.
All right, pause real quick before we get any further into the episode. I want to remind you guys that we have full video versions on YouTube for every single episode. If you're on one of the audio streaming platforms, definitely go check out YouTube. Go subscribe. Help us get to 1,200 subscribers. Also, make sure to hit the little bell icon next to subscribe so you get notified every single time we upload so you guys don't miss it.
Booyah.
Okay.
Okay, back to bears. Okay, like what's the most likely situation that you could save me from? Like, let's say I'm hanging off a building. You know that situation where it's like, oh, I caught you, and you're holding me by the arm?
Yeah.
Think about how sweaty our hands would be, and we would.
Your
also,
hands,
I don't know if you,
your
yeah.
hands.
Be like, I'm slipping. You'd be like, you fucking dry your hands off.
Well, I don't think I would. If you were falling off a building, I wouldn't go for your hand. I'd grab like your whole forearm.
Yeah, it's the wrist lock. It's the forearm lock. But I got these meaty forearms. You're not really not wrapping around.
Yeah.
Nah, they'd be sweaty too. I don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Well, and then
I don't think I could pull you up off a building.
I'm trying to think. So like, how much do you weigh?
like 170.
170. And I'm trying to think what movement. It's kind of like a row.
Yeah, it's like a single arm row.
Single arm row.
I guess you could
with
do 2 arms.
170 pounds. I don't think I can pull that much.
But plus adrenaline.
I mean, yeah, if someone's life is on the line, I might be able to get a little more, but I don't know about 170. Like
maybe like you could, if you're firmly planted, maybe someone's holding onto you. Maybe I could climb up your arm. It's like a rope pole kind of. That would be hard too.
Do you think that's ever happened in real life? You know, in movies when you see
It's had
one
to
guy
have
hanging
happened.
off a cliff, someone is holding his arm, but then someone else is holding his leg.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole rope of
Whoever's
people.
in the back, just Jordan, just fucking tank in the back, just holding all of our weight.
But do you think that's happened before?
I'm sure it's happened.
That's crazy.
I don't know, like, yeah. How do you just like one-handed save somebody off a cliff and not fall yourself? Like when
Yeah.
in those movies, when someone dives off the cliff and I'm standing on the edge of the cliff and I catch you,
Yeah, like you would also.
I would get just slingshotted down. Like I would catch you and be like, whoa, and go down even faster.
Yeah, so unless you have 8 or 9 guys to all hold each other.
It's like tug of war.
Yeah. I haven't played tug of war. That's a weird game, by the way.
Yeah,
Tug of war.
yeah. I haven't
It's
tugged
just
in a while.
a bunch of people. Let's stand
Tugging
next
rope.
to a rope and just see who can pull it harder.
You seen the video of the guys against the lion?
No.
There's a lion on the other side of a screen, like a cage, and the lion's holding it in its mouth. And there's like a couple jacked dudes that are just pulling as hard as they can. The lion's just dominating them.
How many jack dudes?
I think it was at least 2 or 3.
Because that doesn't really surprise me, you know? Like, I wonder, could like 9 jack dudes beat a tiger?
See, lion versus WWE superstars.
Oh, God.
So they're big dudes. I see three big dudes against a lion.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's not really that shocking to me.
But
Like-
look at the lion, dude. It's just holding it in its mouth.
Oh, God, the lion's not even struggling,
I know.
dude.
He's just
the
standing
lion's
there.
just stationary, just chilling.
Look at these guys. They're huge.
Oh, my God, yeah.
That's
Well,
impressive.
I thought maybe the lion was, like, fighting back, but the lion is just
No,
like
it's
a brick wall.
Yeah, just not even moving.
I think the most likely scenario where I could save you would be like a killer bird.
Killer bird. That actually would be one of my biggest fears. Is like if a bald eagle wants to kill me, it probably could.
Well, no, that's the one thing I think I could protect you from.
You're not protecting me from a bald eagle. What are you doing? Diving in front of the talons? Then your eyes are ripped out.
Yeah, but
I'd go for my face.
But the eagle's got to like circle back around, so you get like a 10-second intermission before each dive bomb.
And what are you gonna do?
That's when we're gonna escape. Is in that intermission. We're gonna like dive in the bushes or something.
Dude, eagle eyes. You know when eagles have like the best eyesight ever?
Yeah.
They're gonna find us in that bush and beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing actually you could do about like a bald eagle coming after you. I think you're kind of screwed.
Really?
If you're in an open field and there's a bald
eagle,
eagle,
it's an eagle or more of like a what are those things that circle around dead things?
a vulture.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't try to kill like an alive person, but dude, a bald eagle. You know how big bald eagles are?
Pretty big, but
They're
are they
huge.
deadly? Do they like attack things?
They do.
Like people?
I've seen one drown a deer before.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's that video of it drowning a deer.
Oh, have you? Oh wait, I'm thinking of a different one where the video that went viral of a deer like squealing when it's dying.
Oh yeah,
You heard that?
Yeah. Why is that funny?
Oh, I saw this TikTok account, and it's like a viral. By the way, an easy way to like make money and go viral is just have an obscure pet and then make a social media for them.
Apparently, yeah.
But I saw this one and it was a fox, and it's just like a lady with like a pet fox, and they're so cute because they look like dogs, but the fox has these weird quirks that dogs don't do, where like it'll lay on the bed and then it shakes its tail in like a this way, like, you know,
Okay.
kind of like a snake type of thing, but its body is still, and it'll be like super happy.
It's got like a giant tail.
So it moves its tail like a snake kind of, but then the body's like a dog, but then its voice, when it like is happy or sad, it sounds like a cat kind of.
Oh.
And so it's weird because it's kind of a combo of a bunch of different things.
I've never seen a fox in real life.
Like in person, but you know what a fox looks like.
I know what a fox
okay.
is like. I'm just saying, like, I've never seen a fox.
Yeah.
I thought we had foxes around here, but I don't think we do. We've got like coyotes.
Yeah,
I've seen coyotes.
I used to think those were the same thing, but
Yeah, they're not.
no.
Coyotes are tiny though.
Foxes are cute. Are coyotes the things that play dead?
Possum. We have those.
I
too.
almost just
Those
said
are
armadillo.
so fun. They kind of look the same.
Possums
They're
are
so ugly.
they're gross.
One of the grossest things.
What a dumb fucking animal.
Also,
it's gonna play dead.
Opossum. Is it really called an opossum, but it's a possum?
Yeah.
Why is there an O? Who decided that?
Silent, dude.
It's fucking
You ever heard of a
stupid.
silent letter forehead?
Yeah, but like, why are you gonna throw an O there?
It's silent. It's
There's
like-
never a silent O in any other word ever, and they just throw an O in front of possum.
Yeah, trying to be unique.
And there's idiots that are like, yeah, there's an opossum out there.
I'm gonna name my kid Lyle, but it's gonna have a O.
Oh, Lyle.
So it's Lyle.
People are like, oh, are you Irish? Nope, my father's just an idiot.
I'm gonna name my kid Lyle Condors Farrar.
You're not going to, but
If someone paid you $1 million to name your child like the worst name, but they could pick the name,
like, what would you have me name my son? Like Hitler? Like, how bad are we talking? Like, if it's just a bad name, like Blomf or something stupid.
what about Poop?
Poop? Oh.
His first name is Poop, but I pay you $1 million.
What's his middle name?
Shit.
Poop shit. Poop shit Stafford. Damn, poop shit.
Would you ruin his life for $1
Yes.
million? Or you
No,
could even
I'd-
split it with him, so it's like, hey, I know your name sucks,
You'll get it in
but
like
I did
15
this.
years.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think I could name my son Poop shit. I don't even know what, like, you can't even really get a nickname from that. Like Poopsh. Like Poo.
Shoop.
Shoop. You can call him Poo, I guess, but Poo's,
Pit. You
Poo's
call
not
him Pit.
Pit. That sucks too, dude. It's like armpit. That kid's gonna get made fun of forever and have no friends. It's like he's in a baseball game. It's now batting, Poop Stafford. Like he can't. And then every time in attendance, poop here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can't do that.
And it's not like you
don't think I'd
could
do
kind of play it off as like, oh, it's actually pronounced Pop.
it's actually pup.
There's no way to mispronounce that name.
It's just I know. You think I would probably get like in trouble for that? Like CPS called on me?
Does that happen? If you
I mean, the people that named their son Adolf Hitler, I think they got in
Really?
trouble for that. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, poop's pretty bad.
Like, you can't just name your son like fuck ass.
Yeah, maybe if you gave him like a normal middle name to where they
motherfucker.
No. So his first name's Poop, but his middle name's like Joseph. So then when people see it,
PJ,
they think like, oh, it must be maybe a cultural name or a family name.
Yeah, but like if you're white though, it's like.
Yeah, but if they say poop shit, then they know right away.
Yeah.
This is an issue.
You're right. How did we get here again?
I don't know.
Anyways,
but do you want to tell me?
Yeah, so I can finally get to my my main thing that I wanted to discuss. I wrote this in the middle of the night. We'll see how much sense this makes.
Okay.
So I was laying in bed and I was closing my eyes, and I was thinking about it. When you close your eyes, we can do it together. Everyone close your eyes, okay?
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Closing our eyes.
So you can visualize the room around you because you know what's in your room, right?
Yeah.
So visualize the room, and if you sit really quiet, you can kind of hear like a hum with it. It's like your spatial awareness.
Wait, sorry, I lost you already.
Like, you know how there's always like a little bit of ringing in your ears?
Yeah.
Like
even
if you sit in complete silence, you can hear something.
Yeah.
So to me, that's my way of like kind of hearing what's around me. You know what I mean? Like you can gauge the spatial awareness. Okay, just think of the hum in this room. Now, picture if this room was a complete different shape. Picture it being really small and you're in a very small environment.
I'm in a cardboard box.
You're in a cardboard box.
Okay.
The hum would be different. Like, do you feel? Yeah, the hum sounds different. Do you feel more confined? Because last night I was doing that and I was thinking, I was like, now I'm just under the stars, completely alone, like under the stars, and what that feels like. It's like if you really think hard about it at night.
So you're kind of saying you can put yourself in a different headspace just kind of by visualizing that you're in like a different spot.
Yeah.
Based on like the sound.
You can almost like feel different things.
I don't really get how the sound plays into that because can't you just visualize?
Well, it's hard because we're talking right now, but just try it tonight when you're laying in bed. Lay down and like visualize your room, and think about it, and think about your room being a different shape. So first I was like, what if I just had I was in a big archway, and I had a lot of space above me, and I could like feel a different like rhythm in the room. I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying, but I still don't get like where the sound comes into play, because couldn't you just visualize that you're under the stars and then you just think that you're there, or is it all based on the sound?
I think I would hear. Yeah, I think the sound is different because you can maybe it's like some energy waves bouncing off the walls. I don't fucking know, but if you're in an open space, it would sound different.
Yeah, okay.
And if you were like in a small like a box, you said, it would be a lot more. I think it would feel maybe louder almost.
Yeah. Okay, here's one for you.
All right.
If you're blind, can you get claustrophobic if you don't know that you're in a small space? So if you were like trapped in a box, okay.
If you like put a blind guy in a coffin, but I mean he'd know he's in a coffin though.
But like, all right, let's say he went to sleep in a bed. Then while he was asleep,
they drugged him. They put him in a coffin.
They drugged him and moved him into a coffin, but with his same like sheets and everything.
I think you would get claustrophobic.
Would you know when you woke up that like you're in a coffin?
He'd probably sit up and hit his head. I think you would know. I feel like because their hearing is probably so much better than ours, they can probably like their spatial awareness is probably really good.
Yeah.
So they could probably very quickly tell like based off of what I'm hearing, it's probably I'm in a smaller. It's like sonar or echolocation.
Yeah.
Like there are the people that can like do the clicking or whatever, and then they can actually like figure out where they are.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows my mind.
That is crazy.
Like the blind girl on the bike that's like clicking or humming or something.
Like riding through her neighborhood.
Yeah. It's like what?
It's so crazy how all your different senses play into everything you do. Because just like laying in bed, like if you're laying in bed and all of a sudden your vision went out, you'd freak out because you like can't see shit. You'd think you're blind. If your hearing went out, you'd freak out because like it's not supposed to be this quiet. And we've never experienced pure silence like ever. If your sense of touch went out, that might even be the scariest.
Yeah, that would be the scariest.
And then if you're in bed and your sense of smell went out, do you think I wonder, would you notice right away? Like if someone could just flip a switch and turn your smell off, do you think you'd know right away, or would you have to go somewhere where the smell is kind of strong?
I don't think I would know right away.
But like you might, because I think we get so used. Because okay, so every time Kyle and I come in the studio,
Yeah, it's a certain smell.
it's a certain smell. But
Yeah.
halfway through the episode,
Goes
to
away.
me, this smells normal now.
But if I smell right now, I can smell our studio.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You can still smell the studio. So if someone turned it off entirely,
Yeah, but I'm less conscious about it right now. So maybe I wouldn't notice it. But if I were to just walk in, I think I might. I don't know.
yeah.
But like if you had to lose a scent, probably smell is the one to go. Or taste. No, taste. Because
I'd rather lose smell. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I would say taste.
There's probably people out there though who are like obsessed with.
Smelling things?
Yeah, there's. I think 95% of people would agree that smell is the best one to lose. But I always am curious about those people. Like, there's got to be candle people that are really into just.
Yeah, I mean, I like a good candle, but it's like not going to completely, change my day.
Yeah. No, but it's just always so interesting to me. There's always people that. Like, there's the things that are popular to like.
Yeah.
So, like, there's in sports, a lot of people like basketball, baseball, football, yada yada yada.
There's
But
a few
then
people that like
there's some of the
something weird.
Yeah, there's some of the people that are like diehard croquet fans,
Yeah.
and that's all they want to do with their whole life. Or frisbee people.
Yeah, there's somebody out there that's the best croquet player or the best like polo player.
Yeah, and I always wonder, like, what about it? What? Because
Maybe you grow up playing it. Like, I grew up playing croquet, but not like hard,
Yeah, so there's got to be something that just like itches you the right way.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish that I could have played like cricket. Cricket seems like it'd be my kind of sport.
Yeah, I mean,
It's sort of like baseball in a way.
what sucks is you probably, even if you wanted to play cricket, you probably couldn't have played it here.
No, it wasn't
There's nowhere
around.
I've seen like adult cricket at the park.
Yeah, I've seen it too. Yeah.
Would you ever try that? Like, if
If I knew people, yeah, I wouldn't just like hop in with some adults, be like, hey, can I play? I don't know how. But if I was with a group of people and like, hey, you want to play cricket? I'd be like, sure, let's do it.
it'd probably be fun.
I'm sure
I bet
it would
you'd
be.
like it.
Yeah, I bet I would. Smacking dingers, cricket style. And there's no foul balls.
Oh.
It's like a circle field and you can like hit it wherever.
Oh, so you're batting in the middle of the field, kind of?
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
Something like that. Could
It's
be
a
wrong.
flat bat, right?
Yeah, it's like a paddle sort of thing.
SMH.
It's almost like an oar.
Way easier to hit. They don't know the
Yeah,
true
round
struggle.
ball, round bat has been proven to be the hardest thing to do. So,
I would know because I got really good at it, and
Mm.
not many other people are good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do another home run derby sometime.
I'm down, dude. But now at this
Now,
point, we're gonna have to
yeah,
wait
right.
for another 9 months before we see the sun again.
Yeah. No, we could do it next week. It's gonna be sunny. But are we gonna do it? I don't have balls. They're gone.
His balls are gone.
Ballless. Yeah. No, it's fine.
What about golf balls? Do you have more? Do you?
I have golf balls, but I'm not wasting them. I spend good money on
No,
those.
I'm not saying. I was just curious if you had balls in that sense.
I do have balls.
Okay.
I do have golf balls, white balls. Yeah. I had one other thing that I wrote down that's
Okay.
sort of related to
Hit
balls.
me with it.
So I don't know about you, but when you were a kid, I used to do this. If you're in a store or something like a public area, did you ever get the urge to just like pull your pants down, like really quickly? Because like I would be at like the grocery store with my mom, and I would real quick run to the aisle over with no one there and just go down up with my pants.
What?
I did it. I had like a phase where I did that.
Did she know that? That's
No.
what you would.
Nobody ever knew.
You would. Okay. So
I would
you
get,
were
like, a
in
thrill
line
from it.
checking out.
No, I wouldn't be like in front of people. I would be in an aisle by myself.
No, I know. But was your mom? Where was your mom?
She would be like in the aisle next to me walking down, and I would just run around to the corner to the next aisle or something.
What if someone just walked in the aisle right as you went like that?
No one did.
many
I'd
times-
check my surroundings.
How many times do you think you did this?
Maybe 5 to 10.
Oh, so it wasn't. Like
Nah,
a
it
whole,
might have been more. I don't know. I do have memories of doing it, and I would do it behind her. I did it behind her one time.
You just do it.
It's a
and
fucked up kid, dude. I
Just
don't
the
know.
thrill of like, is she gonna notice?
It wasn't that like she was gonna notice. It's just like I just pulled my pants down and up.
I
I'm not
think-
saying like to the floor.
Yeah, just
It's
a
like
quick
it's like a
flash.
pop, pop. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, dude. So that was like the start of one of your fetishes, probably. Like
Do you
that's
think I have a
probably
fetish for like pulling my own pants
no,
down?
no, but like it probably has morphed into like public sex.
No.
Like you don't have any desire to have sex in public.
No, definitely not.
But like maybe the risky thrill is like enticing in a way. Well, I don't know.
Really.
If one day, if you're with a girl and she's like, "Hey, Kyle, this is gonna sound weird, but like, you want to have sex in a grocery store?" You'd probably be down because of that. That's like an innate thing in you.
Yeah, it's just like a little flashback, and just be like, pull my pants down.
Dude, that's hilarious.
You never did anything like that? You never had a phase of like stripping down? Just me? Somebody else out there has definitely done that.
I've done weird stuff. Like, what have I done? I don't know. I mean, nothing like that. I mean, when I was younger, like in the bedroom I grew up in, it wasn't really a real bedroom because there was no doors. It was kind of like a loft thing that was just in the middle of the house, sort of.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I would like go to the bathroom to shower, but I would like go there with no towel and I'd go back with no towel, and it was more of like a game. It was a toss up. Like, is anyone going to see me?
Okay.
But that's not really the same.
No.
The only thing I can think of that was weird that I did at stores was whenever I went to stores with my dad, I guess he just fucking hated spending time with me. So he would always say, "Hey, run to the back of the store and back, and I'll time you." and he never actually timed me, which I just found out recently.
Yeah, I know.
But he would. So, for example, in Home Depot, he'd be checking out, and I'd be annoying him. He'd be like, "Hey, go run to the back and back," and so I'd sprint, like buzz by some people, maybe run into someone,
knock somebody's wood out of their hands.
Yeah, I was zooming. I touched the back door, run all the way back, and he'd be like, 9 seconds. Wow.
Bullshit.
But it was probably like 27 seconds.
Yeah. No, I see. I'm the same thing. I did a lot of things of like, my sister would be like, "Hey, Kyle, if you run downstairs and grab a popsicle, I'll time you." And I'd be like, "Bet, let's do it." And I realized later as I grew up that I did that to my cousins when they were younger, and I would start counting, and I'd be like, "Why the fuck am I counting?" And then it kind of clicked. I was like, "Damn, I was them one day." The tables have turned.
Yeah.
And another thing, hey, this is a great game. If you guys babysit people, this is great. Trust me, this works. We have this game that we played with our babysitters growing up that, looking back, they just definitely wanted to like sleep. But so it's a game where one person's it, and then everybody else is on the couches or on the floor, like pretending to sleep.
Okay.
And the goal is to wake them up. So you basically have to get them to smile or like laugh. And so it's like tickling them or like hitting them with a pillow or something, or try like saying something funny to make them laugh. And like I used to love playing that as a kid. And then I was babysitting my cousins, and I was like, "Hey, let's play this game." And really, I was just laying on the couch trying to sleep, and they're like trying to wake me up, and nothing was gonna faze me.
You really didn't even crack a smile?
I would sometimes.
I feel like I would try to play that with kids, and I would start giggling.
Yeah, I would play along. Like I would laugh too sometimes.
But they would just keep going. Like, "Oh my God."
But they like really wanted to play, and I'm like, no. But like when I was really tired, great game.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Those pro tip.
My sister used to time me and do the same stuff, but I got to a point where I realized like I was maturing and getting stronger and faster, yet somehow my times were getting longer and more inconsistent. So I was like, "Morgan, how come one day it takes me 7 seconds, and then the next day it took me 22 seconds? This isn't adding up here. I think this is a conspiracy."
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that Santa Claus isn't real.
What was the first day that you realized you could beat up your sister? Like you were stronger than her? Because like, we both had older sisters, so like I'm sure.
I don't have a memory.
Did she ever like beat
doing
up
that.
on you?
No.
She never like would fight you and like.
No, I didn't have that aspect of my
because
childhood.
My sister was like, she was 3 years older than me, and she's a 5'9", so she's like kind of taller, and so she was done growing
taller than you.
I was not taller than her until probably some point in high school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was a short kid, so like she definitely had an advantage on me for a long time. So I just remember one day it kind of clicked where I was like, she can't pin me down anymore, and I could beat her up if I wanted to, but now I can't because I'm too old.
Yeah, so then it's
sucked.
like beating your sister.
Like I can't like beat her up, you know?
Yeah, what age does it change from like a brother like kind of fighting a sister to like a brother like physically abusing his sister?
Yeah, and like it happened one time where like she pissed me off or something. I can't remember why, but I remember I hit her in the head. Like I didn't want to punch her in the face because I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to hit people. But I hit her in the top of the head with like an open fist. Like just
like,
a little kid.
bonk.
Like I was probably
Like,
just wailing
bonk.
on her like that. So like I knocked on her head, I guess. And I think she cried and I felt so bad. I was like, damn, like I think I actually hurt her this time.
Yeah.
Maybe I should not do this anymore. And
Dude,
then we haven't really like fought since then.
Yeah. It's funny. Every kid has a moment where they like hurt their like there's a difference between like hitting your sibling and like hurting your sibling.
I think I actually hurt her.
And when you actually like hurt your sibling, like if you hit them and you know that it didn't really hurt them, it feels good.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I fucking punched you.
Got her.
But then if you hit them and they start actually crying or like get knocked unconscious or something, then you're like,
well,
holy shit.
I'm
like,
in trouble now.
Like then you feel terrible.
Yeah.
There's a fine line there.
Yeah, and it's hard because like both of us had sisters, so we don't have brothers. So I'm sure brothers it's different. Like you probably just beat up on each other and you don't really care.
Yeah.
Like you can't beat up girls, you know?
Yeah.
And like I was raised, you can't do that. So I kind of just realized I should probably stop doing this. So now our confrontations haven't been physical in years. Now it's just very much verbal.
Yeah.
Hating each other. Yeah.
I'd have to ask my sister if I ever actually like punched her, but
I've seen
I'm
you
sure
punch
I
her.
did some things.
You punched
but,
her over pizza rolls once. I was there.
Yeah. But what I do remember that I was big into, we've said before in high school I was a very angry child, but it wasn't just high school. I was always had anger issues kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I would get really mad at her, instead of like hitting her, I would just like, I could rage better than any kid in the world.
Kid raged hard.
Like I could scream. My stamina for being mad was amazing. Like a lot of kids get mad for like 5 minutes and then they kind of tire out. And then as a babysitter, as a parent, you realize like, yeah, like you a bitch. Like you were kind of mad, but like now you're tired and now you're going to go take a nap because you're a little bitch. I never bitched out in my rage.
Stayed mad.
I would be mad. I could literally scream at someone for hours.
Really?
And I did. Like there was times where I would scream. My face was purple and I would be screaming as loud as I could. And I would get so bad to where like I was done screaming at her, but I wanted her to know how mad I was that I would go outside and scream. So like she's inside the house, like in her bedroom, like
God,
realizing that I'm mad, and she doesn't give a shit because she's 4 years older than me, so she's like thinks it's funny.
Yeah, she's probably calling her friends like, "Hey, my fucking little brother's screaming outside."
And so I just to like basically just to say fuck you, and just to annoy her more, I'd go outside and make a scene, and I'd start screaming, have our neighbors look over.
Interesting.
It was bad, dude, but it was funny. It was.
I think it ended up being more of a reflection on you rather than her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. My sister can agree. I think we might have told some of those stories, but like you probably haven't seen me like peak anger. Like how many times do you think you've seen me get really, really mad?
I don't know if I've maybe once, but I don't have any memory of you like, getting like where I'm actually like, oh shit, like he could punch someone right now.
Like I keep it very much inside, and there are a few times I haven't exploded in a long time, but there are a few times where like I hit my breaking point and I explode. And my sister's seen it firsthand. Where like she locked herself in her room and I'm banging on her door. I picked up
sorry.
I picked a baseball cup off the ground and I was banging on her door with the baseball cup.
Was it like clean?
Probably not. It was probably after a baseball game. For some reason, it was laying in the hallway. I picked it up, started banging the door. I remember her like calling my mom while she was locked in her room, saying like she was afraid. My mom's like, oh, he'll be fine. I don't know. I just like I don't explode much. My sisters see me explode. It's just when it happens, it happens, and I don't like to explode on. Like I don't explode on many people. It's mostly just my sister.
Kyle doesn't let his explosion. On
yeah,
many people.
Like maybe I'm bad at keeping things inside.
You're good at keeping them.
I'm
inside,
good at I'm good at keeping things inside, but that's bad. You don't want to do that. You have to let it out, but also you can't. But I mean,
I don't think at this point in our lives, no one should really have that many moments where they do explode.
Yeah, you're right.
Like if you explode like once a year, even that's probably too often.
Yeah, and it's I don't even know what I would explode about.
Yeah.
Like, maybe there's an explosion brewing. It's like, a volcano could erupt at any time.
Yeah.
I got one coming. It's been like 4 years in the making for just an explosion.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to happen.
When's the most angry you've ever seen me? Do you have a memory?
Definitely some basketball games where like you're on the verge of crying because of your anger. Like I remember seeing, because like we would be on the bench and sometimes like me and some of the guys would be like talking or whatever, and then you would be the guy that always came out of the game and wouldn't talk to us.
Yeah,
you would sit
I would
the bench.
sit there in rage.
I know, and I'm like looking over, and you're just like, I'm like, dude, you just like played well. Why are you angry? I don't know.
I only played well if I was angry, so I couldn't be happy because then I wouldn't play well.
This is a theme with you of like you can't be happy when you're succeeding.
No, that's the thing. That's my biggest issue.
That is a very
I
big
can't
problem.
have both. It's like either achieving things and
Through
unhappy,
anger.
or happy and not really achieving anything.
But why, dude?
I don't want it to be that way. That's how it works out.
Yeah, but you can change things. You can change that.
Yeah, but like if I want to chill, okay. So let's say
I'm not saying you need to chill. I'm just saying you can be happy while succeeding.
yeah, no, I'm happy generally in my life. I've been happy the last couple months. But like I don't know, let's say if I feel like I'm working too much, okay?
Okay.
That's like I feel like I work too much.
All right. You do.
I do. And I look at my day and I'm like, "All right, I think I work too much." But then there's a few things that pop in my head, and I'll go through the list, okay? First one is all the greats work too much, and they're greats, and a lot of the greats, one, make a lot of fucking money, and two, even if it's not about the money, the greats are like iconic for long past their life, and that's what I
Right.
want.
Okay.
Two, if I like. So with that, the first one, it's like, oh, well, I guess I don't work too much because there's a lot of people that work this hard, and like there's a lot of people that work way harder than I do. Two, it's like, all right, I feel like I work too much, but then if I actually look at the hours in a day, all right, so there's 24 hours. Let's say I sleep usually 7, I'd say 7 hours.
Okay.
So then that's what?
17
hours left.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's 17 hours left in the day. My day job is usually like 8 hours.
Okay. 11. No, 9.
Yeah, so then there's 9 hours left. Go to the gym, hour and a half.
7.5.
So 7.5 hours left. Then that's all like the stuff that I'll do, like kind of have to do no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have 7.5 hours left in the day for like your dreams and goals and like the stuff I want to do.
Okay.
And I honestly believe if I don't spend at minimum like 5 to 6 hours a day doing goal-oriented things,
Okay.
I'm not going to get anywhere. Like if I only spend an hour a day working towards a goal, it's going to take fucking forever to make any sort of progress. So like
Okay.
then if let's say I spend 6 hours on the goal work, then I have 90 minutes throughout the rest of my day to do anything else, whether that be, and then I gotta like eat and like,
Yeah, that's another couple hours. There's not enough hours for you.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if I want to chill, I have to sacrifice something, and I can't sacrifice my day job, and I want to be healthy, so I work out. So it's like the only time I can sacrifice to chill is from like the goal-oriented time,
Okay.
which I don't really want to take away from because then I'm not gonna make any progress.
If you died tomorrow, would do you think you would be happy with your life?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's the only I think that's the only thing that people need. Is like if you were to die tomorrow, would you be content with like the decisions you've made and like where you're at?
Yeah. But like you also gotta enjoy it in the moment,
Yeah, you do.
which I don't really because I'm always working for something in the future.
Yeah. I think it's cool to see milestones, but you can't also dwell on where you're currently at. Yeah. Like if you think because that's how you can get content and then just you don't grow anymore from there.
All right. If everything of the podcast got wiped off the face of the earth, there's no studio, there's no episodes uploaded, everything gets deleted.
As in like we never did it, or can we remember that we did it?
Yeah, you can remember you did it, but no one
all gone.
no one can find it. They're just disappeared.
That sucks.
And
okay.
then you die tomorrow. Would you be
yeah.
content?
No, I wouldn't be content. I'd be very sad. I would be disappointed because then it's like this. I feel like is what I've been waiting my whole life to do. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I hadn't really found my thing until I started doing this.
Yeah.
So I would be very bummed. I'll be dead though. So
That's true. It's like at the end of the day,
die.
who gives a shit? Who cares if you have fun in your life? You're just gonna die.
That's what I'm saying. But I'd rather have fun and die. Well, no, I'd rather have fun before I die rather than just like being sad and then dying. And it's like, wow, this just sucked. This just sucked.
Yeah. It's been a very therapeutic episode.
Yeah,
This basically me just ranting about.
Hey, if this is your therapy, I'm glad I can be your therapist. Just don't attack me. That's all I ask.
Fucking pussy.
This
Pussy ass bitch.
I'm sorry you feel that way. This episode's gone very full circle.
Yeah.
We started off with therapy, got into like the rage realm, and now we're back to therapy and rage.
Yeah.
Do you think you would rage at your therapist? I really would hope not.
Well, I wouldn't rage at them, but I think if I had a therapist, I would feel like that is a space where I can just go nuts sometimes if I want to.
So do you think you would yell?
I would take advantage of the ability to yell sometimes.
Okay. I really do think you should try. Like, I'm not saying like going yelling at a therapist, but I'm saying like if you think it could help you, like I'm a big proponent of that. Like,
no, I get it, and everyone says that, but I'm just not feeling it.
okay.
I only got a set number of hours, Kyle. I can't spend an hour talking about my feelings to some fucking therapist.
That's what's wrong with the world. That is what's wrong with the world.
Yeah, no, but like it's kind of sad. I was talking to my dad about how like I don't really watch sports anymore. Like I'll watch sports with my friends, but like my dad was like, "Oh, you don't really watch like that much like Monday Night Football or whatever." And I'm like, and it's not that I ever like fell out of love with sports. Like it's not that I like intentionally chose to watch other things over sports or like not love sports anymore, but it's just that I got to a point where I felt like if I only have this set number of hours, I can't watch sports.
Like you got to cut something.
Like I really can't. Like I have to cut something if I want to do the podcast stuff and do all the stuff I want to do. And like sports was just the thing that I could most easily take away.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but it's like, I don't know. That's like I want to chill more, but I can't chill, Kyle. Well, this is such a dilemma.
That's why you need to go see a therapist.
No, because the therapist is even more time.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude.
Time, Kyle. Time is everything. Time is of the essence, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, but there's like one day a week where you can take an hour out of your day. You have one.
But then I wouldn't get to play Warzone. Then I wouldn't get to play Warzone with the boys.
Is Warzone better for your mental health?
No.
It's not.
Oh, no. Sorry, I meant yes.
Warzone's better for your mental health.
Warzone is better.
I usually leave Warzone angry. Like more angry than I came into it.
Yeah, oftentimes I do. Whoa, don't say we all. Don't throw me in there.
No, we all suck.
No.
As a group, we aren't bad.
No, if I played with other players that were on my skill level, we'd be a good team.
I'm not that bad.
No, you're not
I almost
that
have
bad.
a 1.0 KD.
But I'm just saying, if I played with replicas of me,
okay,
I think my team would get some dubs.
Okay, well, that's fine.
But yeah, I do leave Warzone feeling like not as good because it's just like
there's plenty of nights where I'm like, damn, I stayed up very late and
for what?
For what? I guess it's like talking with your friends and like I have fun, but there are times where like the vibe just gets crushed by the end of the night and it's like,
and
okay,
everyone's like, all right,
goodbye.
I'll go to bed.
Yeah, and that's when it sucks. But yeah, if you can end it's because I'm chasing that high again. I haven't had a dub in a while. I need to chase that high. Once I get it, I feel good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, should we hop into the segments?
Let's do it.
Guys, I need to remind you all to go leave a review on the Apple Podcast app. We're getting close to 200, and we are going to live stream an episode when we hit 200. I have no clue how I'm going to do that, but we're going to somehow try and figure it out. It'll be live streamed on YouTube, so go subscribe there as well. Like I said, full video versions. Y'all know the drill. Bada bing, bada boom. Kyle.
Mr. Worldwide, a step in the room. I'm a hustler, baby.
No, I don't know the lyrics. Yeah.
Baby tonight. It's DJ's Guys Fall in Love again. That song. Okay. My
I
A this
know the
week.
song.
My A this week is an old woman who bowled a 300.
Is that perfect?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She was 96.
What?
Yeah, I know.
How did she even pick up a bowling ball?
I don't know, dude. She looks like this little frail little thing.
Dude, old people are good at bowling.
Yeah.
Especially old women.
Yeah.
Old women. My grandma was in a bowling league up until like 2 years ago, and she would bowl like 3 times a week.
What would she bowl? Wow, that was bad.
She was really good, like not like pro level, but I don't know. She was really fucking good for an old lady. I don't know what her score was, but yeah, dude, it's crazy because like bowling balls are heavy. Obviously, they don't have as heavy of balls.
Well, maybe they do, but maybe they just throw really slow. Like in my experience, having the light ball and throwing it hard does not do the same as having a heavier ball and throwing it like medium speed.
Yeah,
That's my big strat is like get a heavy ball. If you can roll it straight, you're chilling.
yeah. I don't know what Tommy John feels like, but anytime I roll a heavy bowling ball, I feel like I'm gonna like do something to my elbow.
Yeah, Tommy John's the surgery. It's not the
What's the injury
not the
called?
injury. Torn UCL.
Okay, you fucking nerd.
Well, it's like I have Tommy John. Like
That's what I think most people would know it as.
yeah, but that's
If I say Tommy John, you know what I'm talking about.
I do, but I'm saying anyone in the sports community hears that and they're like, okay, this guy. That's the surgery. It's not the injury.
Yeah, but no one knows. No one that I would know what the injury is other than you. Shim wouldn't even know what that injury is.
Yeah, he does.
No, he
Because
wouldn't.
I've talked about it with him. He should know what that injury is.
Okay, but most average people aren't gonna know a torn whatever the fuck.
UCL. It's like the ACL but at your elbow.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
get
same
it.
thing as an ACL to a pitcher or a quarterback.
I'm just saying, Tommy John is more well known, guys.
All I'm saying is
everyone would agree with me.
everybody never get caught saying, "Oh, I hurt my Tommy John."
Well, that's not how I worded it.
Okay, but I'm saying
That's not what I said.
okay. All I'm saying is
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay.
Okay.
But every time I throw a heavy bowling ball, that's how I feel. Like I'm gonna fuck up my elbow. Do you not feel like that?
No, because I bowl it normally. How are you bowling? Are you fucking throwing the bowling ball?
I
If you
don't
threw
know.
the bowling ball, that would probably do it.
I don't throw them.
I feel like you're very like sideways. Ow!
What did you do?
Just flicked my finger against the edge of the table. I feel like you're a very sideways bowler.
You've seen me bowl. I think I'm a pretty normal bowler.
I feel like you're getting some weird side spin.
I mean, I'm not like a terrible bowler, but I'm very average at bowling.
Yeah.
Sometimes I win. Sometimes I get middle. I'm never last.
I'm a pretty solid bowler. I won't lie. I'm a pretty good bowler.
You've gotten last a few times.
No. I'm typically the winner.
Actually, yeah, no. Shim always.
Jordan's bad.
Every time we go, Shim gets last.
And he bets me every time, like Jello shots or something. And because Jello shots are a bowling alley, and I get Jello shots from him.
Well, that's because Shim is weird. With a lot of the things, he's very momentum based. If he starts the first couple rounds doing well, he'll keep doing well. As soon as he does poorly, he just gives it. He just throws it away,
He's done.
or he just gets drunker and drunker. And
That's usually what happens at the bowling alley. Anyways, what's your A?
yeah. My A this week is dogs, because there are now dogs that are now testing people for COVID by sniffing them.
What?
Yeah,
They
dude.
can smell the COVID on someone?
Dogs are performing COVID-19 tests at the Helsinki airport. The Finnish canine coronavirus detectors can sense the virus by sniffing the neck sweat of travelers.
The neck sweat.
Yeah, dude. And apparently dogs can train. Let me see. One 8-year-old greyhound mix named Kosi learned to identify the scent of COVID-19 in 7 minutes. So they trained this dog, and 7 minutes later they could sense it.
Can't dogs get COVID?
Yeah, and they say that.
That's poor dog.
No,
He probably has gotten it like 100 times.
Listen, although some dogs have tested positive for the virus, quote, there is no evidence that these animals can transmit the disease to humans.
Okay. So this dog's riddled with COVID.
Wait, what?
This dog is probably riddled with COVID.
No, the dog doesn't have COVID.
How could it not if it's sniffing that many necks? It's got to sniff a COVID neck or two.
Oh, so
they're like training it with the virus. They like put the virus on something.
Oh, so they're basically saying like the dog has it, but that's how it can sense it on other people.
I guess.
What? Couldn't the dog just not have it
How could this dog not have it? If dogs can get it and it smelled that many necks, and they've trained it to smell COVID, therefore it has smelled COVID. If it's putting its nose up to it,
but
you're going to get it.
But maybe it's dogs that, like, just because you smell it doesn't necessarily mean you get it.
I'm saying, like, the amount of people's necks this dude has sniffed, I'm sure he has COVID. Like, a bunch of times. He's got all the strains of COVID.
Huh.
I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. I agree that would be weird, but maybe these dogs are, like, asymptomatic or something.
Yeah, but, like, also, how are you smelling neck sweat? Like,
lifting them up
or,
to the person's
or they
neck.
just come over and they're like, can you bend over? My dog needs to smell your neck.
Let's see. I have the article.
It's like the bomb squad dog.
As part of the test project, the airport has started offering voluntary coronavirus tests that only take 10 seconds with the nasal swab being stuck in your sinuses. Instead, the test is administered by one of 2 canines trained to detect the virus by sniffing the sweat of arriving passengers. It works like this. After passengers get their luggage from baggage claim, they can volunteer to wipe sweat from their neck and leave the swab in a box. A trainer then puts the box next to containers of other scents for one of the disease-sniffing dogs to sniff. The process takes about a minute. If the dog gets a positive result from the neck sweat, the person is sent to the airport's health center for a free virus test. That's crazy that dogs can do that.
I was picturing, you know how like when a dog smells a bomb, it goes crazy and starts like barking at it. I was picturing like someone bends over and they're on all fours for this dog to smell the back of their neck. And the dog smells COVID and starts fucking biting their neck, mangling their neck.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Shout
out dogs, dude. That's pretty cool.
That's insane that they can tell a virus that you can't see, but they can just smell it.
That's next level shit.
And their smell, like, obviously we've heard the dog's sense of smell is better than humans, but like that must be a lot better.
It's got to be clearly a lot better than ours because I can't do shit with this thing.
No.
God damn. Okay. So my F this week is the doctor for the Los Angeles Chargers because I don't know if you guys heard. It's another sports one. Sorry, guys, but I'm not sorry. So Justin Herbert was our first round pick. He started this week, surprisingly. So like first play of the game, Tyrod Taylor is their normal starter. He doesn't come out of the field and everyone's confused. The announcers didn't know. Justin Herbert didn't even know he was going to start. It was like a last minute start.
Okay.
Played pretty well. And then it comes out today that Tyrod Taylor hurt his ribs in the first week and he was getting a shot from the doctor right before the game, like a pain numbing shot. And the doctor punctured his lung on the shot. So he had to get rushed to the hospital. And he's like out for a significant amount of time because the doctor punctured his lung.
Damn, so he had pain in his ribs.
Yeah.
But they were trying to numb it and
so
then
he
fucked up his
stabbed his lung.
Damn, that's kind of scary.
It's like in Pulp Fiction when he stabs her with the adrenaline shot. That's probably what the doctor did. Fucking stabbed his lung.
I always wonder what like a that was weird. There was just a noise outside the studio. I always wonder what a punctured lung would feel like. Like when you try and breathe, do you think could you?
Probably feels like you can't breathe or like it really hurts.
Yeah. Or like you breathe in, but it feels like it's just not like you're not getting anything.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't know. All right. My F this week is 2. Okay. One of my F's is well, I don't really know who to give this to, but I guess humans.
Okay.
Because there was a new digital clock. Did you see this in Manhattan?
Oh.
There's a new digital clock that was unveiled in Manhattan's Union Square, and it promises to tell you. So it's a clock. It just has this big like timer on it, and you can see it from like the street. And it promises to tell you exactly how long the world has left to act before an irreversible climate emergency alters human existence.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, the clock, well, as of yesterday or 2 days ago, it was 7 years, 101 days, 17 hours, 29 minutes, and 22 seconds.
So does that mean like the world's going to end or like it's just irreversible at that point?
Irreversible, yeah. So I guess we got to look up what irreversible exactly means.
Well,
but
what do you mean? What does it mean? You cannot reverse it.
Well, I know
like
that, but I mean, in what
damage.
sense? Does that mean that like people will start dying in 7 years because of this?
I don't know. But
or does that just mean like
I don't know.
There's no more Arctics or something?
So like I know it's an art piece. I'm all for if you guys don't believe that climate change is a real thing, like
I don't think there's that many people that actually believe that.
There are a lot of people that don't believe that. I have
Where are these people?
I have people in my family that don't believe it. Not like my immediate family, but everyone's got those cousins.
I've never met a single person.
I have.
Okay.
I've met quite a few people, actually.
Okay.
And I have a hard time understanding how you could think that way. But if you're not with it now, then God help you.
Yeah.
And God help us all, because I think we're all dying soon. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, Kyle doesn't think that the world's going to be here by the time we die.
Well, I'm
Did
not.
you say that?
Did I say that?
I think you said that you think the world's going to like end before we
It's going to
die.
be pretty shitty. And it's pretty bad right now. We're on pace. Look, if 2020 cannot get much worse, and if it did, something really bad is going to happen. Knock on wood. But, like, I wouldn't be shocked if suddenly we all just blow up.
Yeah. See, like, I understand that climate change is a huge problem, but I'm much more of like an optimist in that sense. Like, I just assume someone's going to figure it out.
So
Like,
relying on other
I
people.
feel like there's going to be smart people that are going to figure something out.
Yeah,
And then the world's going to be fine for a long time.
I hope. I just know that I personally single-handedly can't save the world.
Yeah,
And
no.
so, I don't know. I mean, you can do your part. Just, recycle. Don't drive like some shitty car that's got emissions that are really toxic. I don't know.
Or you could take it upon yourself to be the person who's going to like go to school and become like a climate engineer.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
could do that too. I just, like, I'll be honest, I don't really want to.
Yeah, see, I don't
That's
want
the
to.
thing is, like,
But there's always going to be someone smart that wants to do that.
yeah. So it's like, it's out of my hands, but I will follow suit to whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
I
What if,
probably
like-
will not become vegan though.
What if every
be honest.
person who is contributing to this climate, who works in the realm of like climate control,
Okay.
if all of them just decided, I don't want to do it anymore,
We
would you take it
burn.
upon
No.
yourself?
What the hell am I gonna do? I don't know shit.
I know, but would you try to start learning? If
No.
all of them were like, we're done, and then the government is like, hey, we need more people to come and help.
The government doesn't care.
Okay, but this is a hypothetical. Okay.
Okay.
If they're like, hey, we're trying to
No,
find
I
more
wouldn't.
people.
I wouldn't do it. I
Come
wouldn't.
on, dog. You
I'm
gotta
not
help
smart
the
enough.
planet.
There's so many more smart people. Elon Musk, somebody.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, so apparently we got 7 years, 100 days left, guys.
Let the countdown begin. So what? We'll barely make it to. We won't even be 30.
No.
Damn. Actually, 100 days.
And then my other F,
You get 2 Fs.
yeah. Man who made knife from frozen poop among 2020 IG Nobel winners.
What? This man made a knife from shit.
Yep.
Damn,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't know what is it. I don't know. Is that IG or LG? I don't know what IG Nobel is.
Instagram. I don't know.
It's not
I don't know.
Instagram.
I'm not sure.
There's some like a bunch of scientists and world leaders have this thing. Anyways, there was something where a bunch of smart people win awards for science shit. I really don't want to read this whole article, but what I do want to read you is that Eren, E-R-E-N, someone's name,
Aaron?
an assistant is that Aaron?
I don't know.
An assistant professor of anthropology at Kent State University in Ohio and co-director of the university's experimental archaeology lab used real human feces frozen to minus 50 degrees centigrade and filed it to a sharp edge. Quote,
Why?
or no, he then tried to cut meat with it. Quote,
Ew.
the poop knives failed miserably. He said in a telephone interview, there's not a lot of basis empirically for the fantastic story. So the reason they did this is because there was like myths or urban legends that you could like make knives out of shit. And so he tried it and he sharpened old shit and made a knife, but it couldn't cut
And
meat.
this guy won an award for that?
Why out of all things would
Why
you
the
cut?
why the fuck did this guy win an award?
I don't know.
It's like, cool, sick, dude. You made a poop knife that didn't work. Here's your Nobel Peace Prize. If that's
It's not
what it is.
No, I think it's a different award thing.
All right. Well, I'm saying is I could get a Nobel. I could make a knife out of poop. I could do something. I could make like
Why would you
bar
cut
soap out of
meat?
pee.
Like, what if it did work? Why meat?
You're not gonna use it. I'm not gonna eat that meat. You could eat a meat from a poop knife. You show up to my house,
that
and
guy
all
might.
of my knives are just brown. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna cut up the steak here, and you're like, what's that
You're
knife?
like, oh, these are the new poop
Oh,
knives.
it's the poop knife, dude. I was saving money. Carbon neutral.
Trying to help the environment, guys. Do your part.
Doing my part. I pooping for my knives. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Do we even want to do concentration anymore, or has concentration run its
I
course?
think it's run its course.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
I would agree with that.
Guys, if you have a new idea for the second segment, let us know. Concentration was fun, but it didn't have the staying power that I hoped.
Didn't have the legs that we thought it did.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Be sure to drop a like if you're on YouTube. It helps us out a lot. Comment. We love talking with you guys, and the comments help the algorithm, so everyone should just leave a comment.
Yeet.
And with that being said, Kyle, where can they follow you?
Instagram at KyleStafford36. Follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok apparently staying.
Yeah, baby. You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And there's new episodes every single Monday and Thursday. Check out our other show called Not a Sheep Podcast, linked in the description down below. It's a music podcast with me and Matt. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.